All right, Shelby, thank you very much. And in the wake of this mass shooting, a lot of parents are wondering just how do you even talk to your kids about what they're seeing right now? Joining us live now is Dr. Robin Gurwitch, a child psychologist with Duke University. She also has hands-on experience in this subject as she worked with victims after the Murrah building bombing here in OKC. Doctor, good morning to you.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
And thank you for coming on and talking about this. First of all, just want to get your reaction to yesterday's tragedy in Texas.
Well, I think your piece really summed it up. I think we're experiencing a range of emotions from sadness and grief to frustration and anger and everything in between as we grapple with yet another act of violence in our schools and in our country.
I'm curious, just for the survivors of this, the kids over there in Texas, just how much help will they need in the aftermath of this?
When we look at the survivors, children that may have lost classmates, relatives, others, I think the good news is that most kids will do all right. That doesn't mean we don't help. So having supportive adults in their lives makes a huge difference. This can be parents, caregivers, educators, faith leaders, culture leaders. Any important, trusted adults can make a significant difference in the outcome for these children.
One thing I saw a lot here on social media is parents waking up this morning and looking into the eyes of their kids and saying, I don't know how to have these conversations with them. These kids are seeing these images on TV. A lot of them are scared and they're confused. Just how do you approach this conversation with your kids?
I think, first of all, it is critically important to have the conversation. Sometimes we want to protect our children and we may shy away from these hard topics, but it's important to talk to them because they're thinking about it. So start a conversation with, there's been a horrible tragedy in Texas. Tell me what you've heard. Tell me what you know. This allows you to begin to make sure that they get the information correct, that there's not some misinformation, misperceptions that gently need correcting. Then to check in and see how are they feeling about it and validate it. Don't try to talk them out of it because they're real, just like your emotions are real. But to validate them and then to talk to them about how are we going to take this next step forward? What are we going to do together as a family, as a community? What's being done in their school? And then hug them a little tighter, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, definitely got to show them that love there. And I wonder, is there an age limit for these conversations? I mean, should you be talking to your kindergartner about this, your second grader? What do you think?
So parents have to make the decision for themselves. What the science tells us is even very young children need to have this conversation, not in the same way you would have it with a 14-year-old as a 5-year-old, but definitely having the conversation makes a huge difference because children are going to know about it. Either they overhear adults, they see it on TV, they hear about it on the bus or at school or from older siblings. So don't assume they don't know. If you have very young children, please be sure that you turn off any media related to this. They will fill in the blanks with more often than not misinformation. So again, all of us need to take a little break from this, but it is important to have the conversations.
So a lot of talk this morning has been about the shooter, and there have been people that have been speaking out about the behavior that they witnessed from him. As a parent or a family member or a friend, what should you be looking out for? What conversations should you be having with your kid if you see troubling behavior?
If you are ever concerned about your child for whatever reason it may be, know that there is help available. And I will say in Oklahoma, there has been such great steps forward in our mental health community across the state in evidence-based practices to provide support for children and teenagers that may be in need of help. So if you are ever worried about any behaviors in your child, for whatever reason, reach out to your local mental health association, to your pediatrician or family practice to get a referral for help. And I think our focus truly needs to be on how to help those that are survivors of this horrible tragedy, to help families cope and help all of us across the country, but absolutely in Oklahoma, think about how do we move forward, because this does activate all the reactions that we may have from thinking about April 19th and other tragedies that have recently happened.
Yeah, our hearts are certainly heavy this morning. A lot of healing needed for those families and for the entire country here. Dr. Gurwitch, we appreciate your time and your expertise this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.